Former Brexit Party MEP Alexandra Phillips took a dig at the EU's chief negotiator Michel Barnier during an interview. The Brexiteer, Ms. Phillips, mocked the EU's chief negotiator Michel Barnier while appearing on Talk Radio with Mike Graham. She claimed the coronavirus pandemic has shifted attention away from trade talks with the EU. She added if this was not the case, there would have been more distractions and mischief during the talks. The former Brexit Party MEP argued both sides of the negotiations have benefited from the attention being directed at coronavirus, however. It comes as negotiations between Britain and the EU have failed to break deadlock so far. She said, perhaps one blessing, is normally the newspapers would be absolutely tearing apart every single aspect of those negotiations. There would be leaks and mischief and we would have Michel Barnier writing to his favourite Remainer pen pals in the Palace of Westminster. I think the pandemic has taken a little bit of stress and duress off of those talks. The remark was in reference to the open letter Mr. Barnier sent to Remainer parties regarding an extension to the transition period. Ms. Phillips also took aim at Remainers repeatedly calling for Brexit trade talks with the EU to be delayed in wake of the coronavirus crisis. She insisted the crisis was not a reason that should stop Brexit progressing further. She said, I don't think we should look at the fact that we have this crisis as any sort of thing that should stall negotiations. We are talking on Zoom right now. I am not a big fan and am looking forward to going back into studios. But the negotiations have been hard at work the whole time and one could argue there has fewer distractions and press concentration. Ms. Phillips also claimed the economic crisis expected to hit the European Union could prove beneficial for Britain in the Brexit trade talks. She said, when you look at the nations of the EU that have been hardest hit by the coronavirus pandemic and went into absolute lockdown, you are looking at Italy and Spain. Those countries have the highest debt to GDP ratio, so they are going to end up with another single currency crisis. I don't think there are many nations in the EU looking at the Brexit trade deal negotiations and going at this stage in time it would be a good idea if they suddenly lost access to our markets and vice versa.